Good morning guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Quick update on the market this morning, and if you follow my Twitter or potentially the video before yesterday, I did talk about a potential trade on Bitcoin. And I said, look, this is the area here. We was trading around this level. If you look at my Twitter, actually we'll get a better perspective of what went on. I just thought, look, we're having a range bound area now. And if we go back to this tweet back here, we're hovering around 29,500. And the US futures look down. It were quite early on in the UK, but the futures give you a potential sight on what's happening in the opening when it did happen in the US. And US futures was down, so I said, look, this is a great area. It's potentially long here. And that's exactly what happened. The price did drop. As you look at that wick there, we dropped all the way down to that lower band there, which is it's a key major support level within this current range. So this is the lower range, this is the high range, and then this is the EQ, the equilibrium. What you usually do is if you use this tool here, the D and price range, and you just drag it from the bottom of the move to the top of the move, it does give you pretty much a central line, which is the equilibrium. So that is exactly how you find it out. And I'm expecting now that price is going to come down and retest that equilibrium. If you're looking at past, if we take a look here, it was a mid-level of resistance, with support around here, and then as you can see, major resistance around there. So for me, that's an area where the price is more than likely going to come down and retest. We're currently on its way down there. We're at 29,600. EQ is at 29,500. So I mean, we may not get down there. There's probably, you can see we've come back down to retest that kind of area, but it's not going to hit it bang on, but it just potentially is that it could hit that area. As you can see here as well, if we just put the rectangle on, all around here you can see it is a major level of resistance, and it is now flipped to support. So that's an area where prices come down into that trading area, and it should pretty much bounce on there. Looking at a couple of things then on this video, we'll take a look at the futures. So if you go into Market Watch and you click on the top here and click on futures, you can see that the DJI, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq actually all up in positive territory. So that could be a bit of a good sign for Bitcoin. If we look at the charts already and we go on to S&P 500 futures, is that one? Yeah, that's the right one. So we are trading up 0.25%. The Nasdaq on futures is trading up a little bit. We had a tiny bit of pullback on the low time frames here, but not too much to worry about, to be honest. And then the dollar, which has been dropping at a rate that I wasn't expecting. I did say, look, we're going to top out. We hit that level of resistance, which we've hit several times, 1, 2, 3 times we hit. We actually got above it. We hit 104.995. Well, no, 105 we hit, and then we have rejected. And we've come down and hit a level of support, which is around that 101 region. We've bounced there. And so far, I mean, you would expect on the way down we get a little bit of recovery, but I'm looking toward this area down here. I've got 99 marked up, and I think it's an area which was a key area of support around here. Look at all these support wicks. There's probably 4 to 5 support wicks there which tapped that area and then pushed to the upside. So that is an area where I'm looking for the dollar to drop to initially. I reckon over the course of the next couple of weeks, if stocks do start to bounce back a little bit, and if Bitcoin starts to regain some momentum, keep your eyes on this chart. You will see a nice steadily decrease on the dollar, which will really help with the growth of Bitcoin over the short to mid term. I've mentioned throughout the previous market updates that I do think that we are due some relief on Bitcoin. We've had this would be the 9th Redley week candle if it did happen. So far we've had 8 closures of weekly candles in the red, and you would expect a push up at some point, whether that's this week, next week or soon. I'm expecting it to happen soon personally. And looking at Bitcoin, I've got a level marked up where I think the price really needs to push back up. It's that region there. I think we need to get back towards 32, 33k. Seems like a decent area to reclaim, and then maybe once we hit our level we can go towards these body closures here around 35k. If we go back to this chart, this is the EQ, which I've mentioned a few times. Price action is going sideways, and it is boring, it is accumulation. And somebody mentioned, look, we are steadily progressing up and then dumping down, steadily progressing up and dumping down, and that's exactly what accumulation is. Retail or general buyers or even investors will be buying these dips and following it all the way up. Whales will then dump it in the space of a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, straight back down to the low point. They will buy up at this region and then just rinse and repeat. They'll wait out, wait for price to start climbing up. So just be aware of that. I know we are pulling back here and we're coming down to this EQ and potentially, I don't know, if we bounce here, fingers crossed, we'll start push up and target 30,500. That is a key area. Need to get back above that. If we start getting any closures, even on maybe with 4 hour, let's have a look at 4 hour here. Yeah, there's no closures. We've had no closures on the 4 hour since 17th of May. So if we start getting any closures on the 4 hour above this level here at 30,500, I think that will definitely give us some wiggle room and we'll start pushing up towards this 32, 33k area. But all in all, so far, what we can do is now copy another one of these, copy and paste, and we'll put another one of those on here. Depends what happens. For me, it is a clear accumulation zone. And if we did come back down here again, you're always running that risk of dumping back down towards these wicks down here. So that's just something you need to really monitor. So for Bitcoin, we are range bound, and if you're looking to trade it, the obvious trading area is to short here, long here, and long here. If we do lose this level, then you're going to long here. But remember, have stops in place. If we do get a breakout of that higher band, so if we're looking, where's my path? If we break out of here, then if you're looking for long, I'd wait for a couple of 4 hour closures, potential up here, and then set an entry back down at 30,500, and then hopefully we'll push on and go and target this zone around here. So that's if you're looking for longs. The only positions to really long is the EQ and this region here. Do not long here unless we get a confirmed breakout, a confirmed 4 hour closure, sell back into it, and then buy back at 30,500. So that's just if you're looking to do a little bit of trade, whether that's leverage or spot. That's just some areas for you to potentially look at targeting. Just before we wrap this video up, because I mean we've covered DXY, the SPX and the Nasdaq is slightly up on futures, so that could be a good sign for Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look at Ethereum, which is still below that 19k range. I mean, you wouldn't really say that we're range bound here. We're in pretty much a bit of a falling wedge here, would you say? That is a potential falling wedge. Not very accurate with it. I'm just drawing it on quickly, but as you can see, we have been bouncing up and down here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So maybe we're looking for a breakout. So if you're looking for any type of longs, then I would long down here around, let's make it a little bit more accurate. I would potentially look at longs around this region here, around 1,940. And then if you're looking for any shorts, you're looking to short around here, around around $2,000. If we do get a breakout, the same thing with Bitcoin. If you're looking for a long, wait for that breakout, a confirm retest of that triangle, and then hopefully a push up, and then look to target these wicks around here. So that is potential bullish pattern forming. Remember, patterns are not always valid, and we can easily dump straight back down to this level of liquidity down here at $1,700. So just be wary on that too. But like I say, I'm expecting a little bit of relief over the course of the next few weeks. Whether it happens or not, it's unknown because we are in bearish times, and the global macro outlook is very, very bleak. But at some stage, even within bear cycles, you do get those reliefs, and it will happen at some stage. So that's it, that's my thoughts today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.